Is Ottawa's housing market about to crash? Home prices just took a 4% nosedive. This is the steepest drop since 2008. Headlines are screaming crash, and social media is predicting 2008 style chaos. But before you panic, let's pause and we're going to take a look at the real numbers the news conveniently ignores, because this crash might actually be the best thing to happen in Ottawa for buyers in years. You guys ready? Let's dig in. So why the crash story feels so real? That 4% dip isn't just numbers on, it's not just numbers. On average, $686,000 Ottawa home, that's a $28,000 loss in equity, practically overnight. For the first time in 7 years, buyers are successfully using financing and inspection conditions. That fear is real. It's easy to see why the crash narrative is so convincing, right? Inventory is up a staggering 37% year over year. That is the biggest stack that's very important these days. Townhouses that sparked 15 offer bidding wars are now getting 4. Condos that sold in a weekend now sit for 6 weeks or more. Add in high interest rates and stubborn inflation, and you have a perfect cocktail for a housing hangover. We're even seeing a power of sale listings pop up in Orleans and Barhaven, places that would normally never get them. The story seems to write itself. Canada's most stable market is finally catching the national cold. Next part is the pivot. Hidden signals the headlines missed. Now, for what the headlines missed, Ottawa's unemployment rate is a remarkable low at 4.1%. So that is one thing, half the national average. The federal government, our city's largest employer, just renewed 18,000 contracts, injecting fresh demand into the housing market. At the same time, Ottawa's share of interprovincial migration just hit a 20-year high. People are choosing to move here. So that's people from, a lot of it is going to be Quebec, obviously. And yes, the townhouse inventory is up, but sales are also up a healthy 12% year over year. More supply isn't killing demand, it's finally meeting it. So the signal is a healthier, more balanced market, not a collapsing one. The market isn't crashing, it's segmenting. So buyers are finally having choice, and that's a good thing. And believe me, you've wanted choice, here it is. The opportunity, the case, balanced equals bargain. So let's look at history. The last time Ottawa had a healthy 5 months of supply, prices stagnated for 18 months, then marched steadily up by 6% a year for the next 5 years. Buyers who stepped in during that balanced window saw their equity almost double by 2022. Today's buyers get 2 bonus gifts. First, interest rates are becoming less daunting. Second, sellers are now willing to negotiate, which wasn't the case before. We're seeing deals on appliances and flexible closing dates, and first timers, this is your moment. You can shop for townhomes under $550,000. If you're looking under $650,000, you have tons of choice. You can find cash flow positive duplexes again. This is a normalization that rewards preparation and patience, not panic. Now, this is the last, the fourth segment here. We got deep dive: condos versus towns versus singles. Not all homes are created equal in this market. Condos, there's an oversupply downtown, partly due to new Airbnb rules. This has always been the case, but expect another 2 to 3% dip, in my opinion. Make it an entry point for buyers with a 5-year horizon. So if you have a 5-year plan, you might be okay. Just be sure to budget for condo fees. Huge asterisk there. Townhouses, this is the fastest growing segment with solid 7% annual appreciation. Young families want 3 beds and a yard without a detached home price tag. If you're selling, price it smartly within 2% of your recent comps, and it will sell in about 10 to 15 days. Detached singles, these are stable in prime neighborhoods, depending on what it is, but softening on the fringes like Carlton Place. If you own a single in a desirable area listed now, you still have leverage. Buyers are looking for quality in established locations, right? So we always talk about that. Make sure it's show ready. Now, section 5, the first time buyer playbook 2025. First time buyers, here's your playbook. 1, get a rate, hold now. Markets are pricing in more cuts, so lock in a low variable rate, or just be locked in for the next 3-ish months. 2, target move-in ready townhomes. Renovation costs are up 19%, and you don't want a surprise $30,000 bill after moving in. 3, use the 37% of inventory increase to your advantage. Negotiate on price and include inspections. And include financing conditions. 4, use the federal home buyers plan. It's now up to $60,000 per partner, tax-free from your RRSP. 5, aim to close before June. The spring university grad influx always tightens the market, pushing prices up. So you want to be moved in by next March, April, or May. Section 6, existing homeowner survival guide. If you bought in 2021 with 5% down, relax. A paper loss isn't a realized loss if you aren't moving. When you renew, consider a 3-year variable rate. The interest differential could save you hundreds a month, Thinking of upsizing, now is a prime window. Sell your condo and use your strong negotiating position to get a discount on a detached home that's been sitting on the market. The spread works in your favor. Downsizers, consider waiting until March. Snowbird listings peak then, creating more choice for buyers. Risk radar. What could actually go wrong? No market is without risk. A global recession could impact government hiring, which is Ottawa's lifeblood. Aggressive rate hikes in the US could pull our mortgage rates up, and a federal public service hiring freeze would crack Ottawa's job market armor. If these scenarios hit, prices could fall another 8 to 10%, but even in that bear case, Ottawa's fundamentals, stable salaries, 1.2% annual population growth, and the Greenbelt limiting land put a floor under any slide. We're talking correction, not carnage. So it's not going to blow up overnight. And then section 8, the crystal ball, where prices finish in 2025. So where will prices be by the end of 2025? My best case is that condos will drift down another 2%. Townhouses will hold flat. Detached homes will see a modest rise of about 3%, led by core neighborhoods. Obviously, the major neighborhoods is a big one. I project composite average to be the end of the year respectable 1%. That 4% drop you're worried about, more than half of it will be erased. The real wild card is inventory. If it surges past 7 months supply, prices could slip, but Ottawa hasn't seen that since 2014, and the market bounced back strong within a year. So when it comes down, it goes up, and when it goes up, it also comes down. My final thought, so is the market crashing? For a highly leveraged speculator, maybe, but for the prudent buyer who has been saving for years, this 4% dip isn't a crisis. It's a first-class seat on sale at an economy price. So corrections are transfers of opportunity to the impatient, from the impatient to the prepared, obviously. So lock your rate, know your segment, and remember this about Ottawa: boring is beautiful. And in this market, beautiful rarely crashes. It adjusts, it stabilizes, and then it continues to steadily climb. If you want weekly market data sent to your inbox, smash that subscribe button and drop your questions down below. Are you buying the dip or waiting? Jump into the comments every night. So let's chat.